Let's head right into the game at the moment because it is round 1 on map number 1 here in Consulate.
So starting on Garage, something that has been a bit more the preference this season. We've talked about before how the Garages all around have come more into favor just because of the defense and potentially somewhat because of the mirror strats combined with the Ella lurks, things like that, really kind of working in the favor of these basement defenses. And we've also seen a bit of lobby as well as probably less than usual top floor has been interesting in terms of this map kind of evolving over time. I mean, this used to be the primary bomb site going back to like Season 1 last year.
Yeah, this like I said, used to be the primary bomb site. I think a lot of that was because we didn't have that development of the vertical play that we do now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the hanging upside down Ash to open up piano floor so you can get rid of the bandit, that I think initiated around Season 3 of Year 1.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of people really like finding ways to open up piano, and now people have found ways to counter it.
Yes.
So it's a situation where they feel comfortable picking it yet again. So Eclipse actually managed to save his Twitch drone downstairs. I wonder if he's able to keep it underneath that car and make it so that if they try and place any batteries down, it's going to be a huge problem for him to try and stop this. See, Avian hasn't used any of his thermite charges yet, so he's just trying to get an idea what he's going to have to do. And they already have at least one battery. It looks like at least 2, maybe 3 up on this wall right now. So that is going to make it hard for him to banish. Just 2 at the moment because he's got 2 left. But he's waiting, and they're burning a lot of time here playing this cat and mouse game.
They are, and I mean, what we typically see here is an attack strategy where it's spread out. You leave the Thermite to just be by Garage by himself. You don't need to place 3 or 4 people there. Instead, what you typically have is your attackers moving either in towards the main lobby or taking over admin at the top floor and flushing out the roamers above.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good pushes coming from admin regardless of the bomb site. Seems to be a big favorite this season. We don't see a ton of that right now. Easily actually is going to be defending the projector room up there as well, kind of making sure that they're not able to sneak in here as easily as they would like. Vertical playing an interesting spot here. Yellow Stairs is another big roam spot we've seen a lot this season as well, regardless of the bomb site, because it lets you go up and down. There we go. A nice pick early, though, by Eclipse.
It's a very good charge and a very good placement of his breaching charge there, and it looks like another pickup here. Slash will take out easily on the room. Vertical also going to get caught in the fire here, but he comes out on top as King George falls. That makes it a 4-on-2. Now that Vertical gets refragged here by Eclipse, and it's all up to Neptunes and Beast. 4 breaching charges to open up the floor. That's going to take away some lines of sight. However, the bomb sites are still in control of 1nFamy, and if they play their cards right, they could get a victory here.
You had to time that just right, but unfortunately didn't work out.
Now it looks as though the garage wall will finally get opened up here by Avian, right in front of the van. It's likely to where the plant will go down. Slashhuck still opening up the floor. We've got 45 seconds to go in a 4-on-2.
Now they don't have any smokes or anything and no C4s left, and Bexley down. This is just Neptune.
Oh, wonderful shot there by Neptunes. But as we just saw, Beastly was taken down, and that makes it a 3-on-1. Eclipse coming down the circle stairs. Neptunes now moves on over. He's going to be flanked here momentarily, and round will likely go to Rogue. First frag grenade goes out, and it doesn't even blow up in time. Neptunes will take out Eclipse. He's not going to get seen here from above, and that's Slash with another kill from Piano. And it looks like round 1 will be going to Rogue.
That was going to be a difficult clutch no matter what from Neptunes, but taking off 2 is nice. You see so many clutches where that happens, where they have such a huge man advantage after the plant's down, and then somehow the defender manages to pick off 2 or 3 before he dies, just because it seems like the attackers kind of are spending time rotating to get in position to defend the bomb, and they're getting caught during those rotates. They're also sometimes getting caught just feeling a little overconfident and not covering each other's flanks because they're too focused on the bomb itself. So unfortunately that did not work out in Neptune's favor overall, but 2 picks, still not bad.
Well, I mean, that brings it up to a very good point about when you are attacking and you are trying to go for your plant, you can't just run in and go and plant the diffuser. You have to make sure your team's in position so that you're not, like you said, caught in rotation, and you don't get that man advantage dwindled down to where you're now on a 2-on-2 or a 1-on-1.
Yeah, the important part when in terms of getting in that position is they took out all the roamers first. And that's what they needed to do to make sure they weren't going to get a cut-off guard, holding those angles down onto the diffuser through those hatches and through the floor. Things like that. We're going to see actually a mute here from Eclipse. This should be interesting. They're going to start down on the bottom floor as well. Again, this is definitely the preference. They haven't even gotten the garage door fully reinforced yet, so this is taking them a little bit of time. Might see Eclipse go on that roam. We have seen a lot of mute roams like this where they'll set up jammers all over the place on different floors and then just be able to freely roam. As well, we've got King George on Pulse.
One of the things I really like about Consulate and the development on it we've seen over the past couple of seasons has been the mute placements.
Yeah.
It's one of those maps where there are enough filing cabinets in significant places on the bottom floor where you can utilize those mute jammers to help deviate the droning of the attackers on the first floor.
Yeah, it is definitely something you want to try and control as much as you can of how they move around, especially in terms of denying intel, because how much time it takes to get all that intel, get set up for your attack. The more you can deny that, the better. So there it is. There's that jammer and working its magic there. They are not getting a lot of people out of position here just yet, but it is only 40 seconds in.
Now, still plenty of time here. The attackers, again, are just going to work their way in towards main lobby. You can see Vandal's already here. And what he basically just did with that EMP was get rid of the device underneath. But as we see Vertical rush on in, Hibana goes down and the drop hatch is safe. Nice C4 kill there.
So there's Eclipse doing a good job. He's not on the roam, but he's definitely, oh, the slow reaction from Vandal.
Unfortunately, that's the power of the 3-speed there, taking advantage of that Peeker's angle. But King George with a C4 kill of his own onto Neptunes.
That's 2 this round already. They are making use of this Vertical.
There's not even a Valkyrie camera to give that information away. It's all about sound, all about timing, and all about the meta. And here's what we're going to see here from Rogue as they continue just picking off the attacking team.
Now they have a Thermite left. They've gotten the door open. That's not too bad, but losing the Hibana means they can't open up any of the hatches they might not have already. Losing the Buck means a lot of control of the floor is not going to be in their hands unless they start just opening it up as much as they can manually. And with the Blackbeard off the board now, thanks to Eclipse, it's all down to a Thatcher and a Thermite.
Oh, he's going to catch up onto Brian, but he missed him, didn't see him. Brian swings on around with the SMG-11, picks off the 4th kill of the round. Vandal, last man around alive, and Slash comes swinging in the back hallway, and Vandal will fall by a headshot. That means Rogue, with a flawless round here on round 2, will go up 2-0.
Unfortunately, 1nFamy dealing with a team full of fragging potential. I mean, King George being more the IGL, not necessarily a heavy fragger, but makes great use of C4 and all the utilities available to him. So just between that, I mean, you kill King George or something, yeah, maybe you get one guy off the board, but so many strong fraggers on this team means every single gunfight is going to be a huge contest. And then missing someone like Brian like that to your left was a huge problem. You saw that Thermite was just kind of in panic mode, trying to get as deep as he could, as quick as he could, because the slower he did that, the harder it was going to be as the defenders digged in.
And I think what's worth noting there is Rogue's defensive setup, at least the 3 that were in garage. We had the smoke by the pipes. We had Bandit on top of by the yellow pillar, and I think it was Pulse or Castle, whoever it was behind the white van. Those 3 positions, it is almost impossible to solo your way into garage, having all 3 of those angles needing to get covered.
Not to mention the manpower that they taken off the board prior to that put them in a position where they didn't have to watch as many flanks. They didn't have to feel as unsafe, and that is a big deal. Like, as soon as you start losing people, you start losing advantage very, very quickly, just because of the fact that you can't cover as much, you can't crossfire as much, things like that. And it looks like we're going to see yet another garage attempt. 1nFamy going to try it again. This time, hopefully with a little bit more success.
Knock, knock.
They start using those Hibana charges to open castle barricades. They're going to try and use castle to help slow things down at least a little bit. But I don't think that's going to make a huge difference to Rogue.
No, not if they're willing to sacrifice those Hibana charges to open up the barricades.
They do have a Thermite, and there's only so many hatches you need opened here. So that is a great use of those. And no Jaeger or anything else that you'd want to use the Hibana charges to try and take down. They're also playing with a mute, though, having easily on that mute. Might help out here to stop Eclipse from being able to do a lot. You can see already the jammer doing its work.
That is Twitch's 2nd drone that has been caught by the mute jammer.
He's going to have to pick it back up if he wants to use that then. Unfortunate for Eclipse, but he's going to use that FAMAS to great effect regardless.
Vandal is going to try to hold down the bathroom here. He has the mirror window looking towards Piano, and the hatch is opened up so that he will be able to drop and recover if he needs to, but he needs to stay his ground as much as possible. His job is to waste time and force the attackers back.
Unfortunately, they have a good idea where he's at. They're going to be able to do a lot to try and just grenade him out or something here. You got Slash Hug there with 2 grenades, for example. But they might even just leave him there, not even spend time on him, because there's only 1:30 left. But still plenty of time with all the setup they have. Just no one off the board yet. Oh, easily.
C4 kill game here, ladies and gentlemen. Easily gets Eclipse, a refrag from Slash on the vertical. That makes it a 4-on-4. Slash coming down the yellow stairs now, and we still have, no, we do not have Castle anymore. We do not have Vandal inside of the bathrooms. He's dropped down, gotten back onto site.
You really got to watch your step on these floors here between these two teams. Neptunes, though, still has his C4, so we may see that used.
There's a mirror window getting opened up, and unfortunately for 1nFamy, I think we will have Garage. Also, a wonderful C4 toss, though, almost gets slashed.
Half
but
his
it
health.
doesn't. We'll do half his health, like you just said, but Piano still going to be in control here of Rogue.
Looks like Neptune's starting to panic a bit as everything's collapsing around him.
He's exposing himself to Garage as the floor above him, like it's getting opened up. The drop hatch is also there. Beastly has to rotate on out, go back towards the bathroom and the kitchen.
Yeah, even if you don't get any kills from there, you force them into compromised positions that the rest of your teammates can capitalize on. That's important. But Bexley makes the most of it, getting Slash.
Now there's 20 seconds left to go. A 3-on-4. Wonderful kill out there onto Beastly. Another 2 kills for him. That's also Diffuser that's fallen. Beastly with a 3K. Moving on over. Can he pick up the last one onto King George? Yellow Stairs kill here, won by King. Neptune's going to pick up the final frag. 1nFamy finally on the board here. It's 2-1.
That was absolutely due to Bexley's kills there. He was forced into a bad position when the floor above him got opened up, but he was able to rotate around, use that mirror window to great effect, get, was it 2 to 3 kills there, and that was the game changer. He was able to turn things around, I mean, despite their huge man disadvantage, and the Neptunes with an easy finish because of that. Nicely played there by Bexley, despite some disadvantages coming his way. We're going to see our first lobby. So again, they're not really wanting to go to that top floor. The lobby being kind of the preference because you're going to defend the top floor anyways, and then you can use the bottom floor for that roam, as the bottom floor is just not usually cleared that well. And that gives a chance for Slash on Ella to be able to be that big surprise, as well as maybe King George down there on that pulse. We've seen a lot of play with that down in Archives, for example.
Yeah, they had a wonderful C4 game last defensive round. All the way down.
Yeah.
And that was the first 2 kills of the round were those C4s, and that was, like I said, no Valkyrie camera, very little information to go off of other than the sound cues.
I mean, it's a surprise to see no Valkyrie, because usually Slash would be that Valkyrie, the very aggressive Valkyrie with the C4, with the cameras, with the MPX. But he's playing on Ella, which is, again, one that is going to be very well suited to his aggressive style with the high speed and the huge mag. I mean, we've seen a lot of aggressive Ella play throughout this season. So I think it suits him, although I do miss some of his very well played Valkyries, just for those jump outs alone. Maybe this will prevent him from jumping out so much.
Well, Slash has been a player that has almost always been aggressive, and I think one of his downfalls is biting off more than he can chew at times.
Yeah.
I think over the course of his pro league career, he's managed to kind of get a better handle on that, and that's why we're seeing him perform so well throughout this season.
Yeah, it's definitely been a little bit more controlled. And like I said, without those cameras, maybe he's not feeling as tempted to take advantage of it. But he's still using cameras nonetheless to get some idea where they're coming from. To play his roam game smart. You got to have people on all 3 floors for this to work. And there's King George for that downstairs Archives play I was talking about. This is a very useful one, especially if you catch people in the lobby. But Bexley actually, again, on his kills, taking out Avian. That's a good start. Hopefully Castle got all his barricades up already.
Yeah, I feel as though King George, if he finds someone with a C4, awesome. But his main job is to just get as much information as to where they're pushing into Visa as possible. And that will allow Slash to then force his way down the stairs should he need to.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the right one to be on that pulse. So far, things pretty slowed down other than that Avian kill, though. But that was within the first minute, so that's actually a really good start for them. Especially now that Slash has been caught out. He's going to have to rotate soon.
Yeah, Vertical is inside of the printer off his top floor, and he's going to move over, try to challenge Slash, as we also, I believe, will have Neptunes up here.
It's a bit risky playing against him, especially when he's got those mines to help cover his flanks.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a nade try to get tossed in through the doorway, and that might force the hand here of Slash.
But he's got Eclipse helping cover him here, and that might be a big problem. Although they might have seen it. King George, though, with that C4 kill we were talking about. But then Vertical trading on Slash. Nice job.
Nice job indeed. It's all up to 2 members here from Rogue, Eclipse and King George, as Brian has just been taken down by Easily. Easily's going to try to come in the main corridor. Eclipse going to have his side exposed. Looks on over towards the diffuser, and Easily with a pre-fire will summon Eclipse for a kill. Vandal also picking up King George. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Eclipse is the last one to go until a minute here on the board. He's been given out his position now as he pre-fires from Piano. Plant will go down by Neptune. Eclipse trying to move on over towards Yellow Stairs. Vandal spots him out. There's going to be a little challenge here. Vandal going all the way up the stairs, trying to force him into a nice crossfire. Neptune's going to be on the right, Vandal on the left, and Vertical on the left, and Vandal Looks as though he's going to be here on the circle stairs. Still being spotted out behind the trophy, or behind the statue, and that's going to be another kill here for Eclipse. 2 on the board. He's got to pick up Vertical and Neptune's. Neptune's hard right, and above is going to be Vertical. There's a nice job. Can Neptune grab it? He does! inFamy ties it back up 2-2.
I got to give a lot of credit to inFamy there. Part of the reason that worked is they set up those crossfires like you see. They were actually smart in taking out how spread out everyone was. They were all over the map. And that was, like I said, the advantage of that bomb site. But because inFamy played it smart and were able to collapse on people quickly, they were able to at least get trades when they lost people on it, regardless if it was the person that got the kill or not. And overall, it worked out to a nice man advantage in a 3v1 against Eclipse. That's a hard situation to win, especially with Diffuser down on a position where they can be outside. Or in this case, they were actually above on the hatch. There was no way, even if he had managed to get all those kills, that he would have enough time to get the Diffuser down unless they aggressively peeked him. So now we're going to see if inFamy can defend the lobby, because Rogue was definitely not able to.
It was unfortunate for Slash up inside of the projector room, the top floor, because what happened is he ducked away from the flashbang. He wasn't fully flashed from it, but we did have, I think it was Ash who popped in very quickly, and when Slash went to go peek at the doorway, the actual side of his red dot scope was covering Ash. And that's where we just saw Slash staring at an empty doorway when the player was already inside of the room with him.
And that's the problem, is he's not, I don't think he's as great as holding an angle as he is at being mobile.
Yes.
And he was in a situation where he lost that mobility by being trapped in that room. Didn't jump out through the hatch or anything like that to get out of there because it wasn't safe. And that really basically compromised his ability to do anything effective. He might have almost been better off on those yellow stairs we had seen previously from inFamy, just to have the ability to go up and down floors so he wasn't trapped.
I didn't see if Slash had any Ela charges left, but I also didn't see him deploy any. So
yeah,
to me, if I knew that I was being pressured, if I saw the flashbangs coming in, I would have tossed an Ela mine out, played it a little bit safer, and inFamy is doing wonders for them at the moment.
Yeah, being a point ahead here against a team as strong as Rogue, that's pretty good. I mean, then again, the next 2 maps, maybe go a little favor in Rogue, but there we go, finishes the job.
We'll just leave it at there is much more gameplay to be had here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So they're the mute doing its job again. Eclipse, they're doing a great job with that. Brian not actually getting spotted, it looked like, even because of the jammer. Slash looks like he did use one of those Ela mines at least right then.
Yeah, we saw him place it in towards that back hallway. He's going to be stationed at those yellow stairs as Beastly trying to wait to be a receiver on the corner office window.
Disabling electronics.
So I think Slash might have got caught out a little bit with that fire on the door. Hopefully he's able to rotate a bit more flexibly than he did in Projector.
He had wanted to go for the bandit battery swap, thought better of it, and saves his life to die another time. We're going to move on over here as we do see the push coming in from Garage.
So 5-on-5 though, but a minute 30 left, more than enough time with how much they've gotten opened already to actually do something with it. But it depends on if they're going to get out of position and give the opportunity for Neptunes to catch someone from above. He does have grenades as well though, just 1 left.
There might have been a very nice camera placed by the white van, able to see who's in the back. But what we are going to witness right now is Brian trying to get uncovered from Neptune's skeleton. Trying to open it up here.
Slash putting himself in a precarious position, but Avian does finally make use of his life that he saved by getting Neptunes.
That's taken off the buck. Eclipse trying to come around for a nice flank here. Vertical's still going to be inside of the bathroom, but looks like he will take down Slash through the back hallway.
Eclipse needs to do something here soon. Vertical's getting in position to help cover the defuse.
Plant magically goes down here, and Rogue trying to get on site, trying to retake the garage, and it's not working out for him. Vertical's going to pick up the first one, but Eclipse comes around for a nice flank. Vandal, though, does grab a headshot into Avian. It's going to be a 3-on-2. Brian trying to come around from the back of the white van here, tosses out 1 gas grenade, and Vandal is likely to pre-fire this momentarily. Eclipse has to get rid of this Claymore if he wants to go outside. Grabs, looks like Vandal might have gone down. Oh, almost got hit by another Claymore. He spends too much time out there, gets detected, gets down. Now this long arm might come on through. Easily going to be at the bottom of the van. And goes for a kill, and he'll pick it on up. And that's inFamy now on match point. 4-2 against Rogue.
They really want to go to Brazil. I'll tell you what.
I don't think there's a team in the league that doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's certainly not unique. But what is unique is taking them so far here to match point against Rogue. bit of an unexpected twist. I thought it would at least be 3-4 in this situation, but being 2 points ahead puts Rogue in a very bad position. They just can't seem to figure out what they're doing. Again, we're still seeing just individual plays, and some of them are working, some of them are not. But you don't see the coordination there. And you saw, like, for example, when Eclipse was trying to rotate around, watch his teammate die just to his right. A situation where it's like, well, do I push now? Like, what do I do here in this situation? I don't know how to push him just yet. And you saw that frantic firefight over the bathroom door. He was just not completely prepared for. Maybe they're not droning for each other. Maybe we're not seeing the intel. Again, we're used to seeing Slash on the Valkyrie, for example. We're not seeing that. Maybe they're just lacking a lot of intel they need to coordinate.
I think that has to be it, and I think inFamy is capitalizing on that, going with a plant when there's 50 seconds left in the round instead of when there's 15, instead of when there's 20, when you, as a defender, can assume or can make that assumption that the plant is going to go down. No one's really expecting a plant to go down at 50 seconds unless there's an actual call that says, hey, look, they're going in for a plant.
Especially when they know that Rogue, we're going to do a lot of roaming.
Yes.
Like, and that was a situation where they go, okay, there's probably a lot of people off site. We've killed a person or two. Now we have a chance to actually make this work, especially once they killed Avian, because he was one of the main site defenders. So we'll see if Rogue have it in them to make this attack work this time. They did succeed the first time, though. So not even going to bother with Hibana charges this time. Slash just going to slam that open to give Brian some more opportunity. But I like this angle here through the car window.
Easily has taken up position by the white pipes. He's just going to see, is anyone going to be around? See, look at frag grenade comes on out. Easily dodges it nice and easy.
Yeah, not going to catch Bexley either, and that's a situation where they need to get this open, and they're going to be able to because he's so distracted with that yellow stairs. So job well done. What is Avian doing, though?
Yeah, he's trying to bait it on out. He doesn't know if Beastly's there because we don't have King George in position just yet.
Oh, looks
there
like
it goes. Oh, I think Avian. No. Oh, we will see it get opened up middle wall. He still isn't getting it here. Avian, he's playing games with himself at the moment.
Yeah, Avian burning up a lot of time here. I mean, I guess he doesn't have any other job at the moment, but at this point, just kill Bexley because he's going to kill King George.
There it does. The garage finally opens up, but it is at the expense of King George. Slash also goes down, and this round and map could be here in favor of inFamy. We are going to see easily, or I'm sorry, that might have been Vandal. Strafe across from Piano, go up the yellow stairs.
Here's the intel they probably should have had earlier, but at least Brian leaving his drone there in a position to help out in terms of covering his flank from his dead teammates, make use of King and Slash after all. Clip's doing some good work with that Twitch drone as well.
Yeah, right now, the firepower on inFamy's side for defense is doing wonders.
Yeah, Clip's not only getting the batteries, but he also got that mirror window open, and now that Avian's going to get the wall open, this is really going to help this attack, but it is against 5.
A nice rush in. Eclipse picks off the first frag onto inFamy. He's going to move on in, tries to strafe for another one, but Beastly's there. He picks it on up. Avian's going to move inside. Brian as well. He looks like he's trying to get a kill, and it will not happen. Vandal and Vertical will end the round and end the map. It goes in favor of inFamy, 5-2. What a fantastic showing here from inFamy.
That is how you kick off your chance at going to land here with not just winning it, not a 6-5, but just a dominating 5-2.
They left no room for Rogue to even try to get back in this. Rogue took the first 2 rounds, but after that, inFamy's like, okay, we got the information we needed. We know how they're going to be playing. Let's boost it into gear and grab this map.
I feel like Eclipse was one we were seeing most of the work coming out of him, and then a little bit from Slash, but I feel like they were depending maybe too much on Eclipse. I think he's doing a great job, but as you can see in the highlights, it's just Slash did some okay work, but he got himself killed a little too often, I think.
Yeah, it seemed we've been talking about Slash and how he has been performing very well this season with this roster on Rogue. But I think it comes down to inFamy has been seemingly preparing very, very well for this encounter with Rogue today, and I think they are showing us what team they can be.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of people with changed operator roles from what we're used to seeing. So, for example, Eclipse was someone we saw playing Buck constantly. Now we see him on Twitch. He's doing a great job with Twitch, but that combined with Slash Hugs changes, and it's just, I feel like maybe they tried to change too much about how they operate, and you're seeing inFamy just exploiting it.
It's very possible, and we are going to get underway with our second map of the night here between these 2 teams. It's on Oregon, which this is going to be Rogues' pick. And if it's anything like the continuum matchup we just saw, Continuum's going to look to, or sorry, Rogue's going to look to take this one.
As long as they're a bit more coordinated, Eclipse is going to be back on his buck. So that's something like we were talking about before. Interesting that Slash on Glaz, though, of all things on this attack, and then King George on Ying. King George the one to talk about. Maybe Ying's a little forced. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play her all the time then. So should be interesting. Avian has been pretty good on that Habana. I think this is a bit better lineup here, although I don't know if Glaz is necessarily the right operator for Slash or not. I guess we'll see. I mean, he has been performing somewhat well. I think it's maybe Brian and Avian haven't been doing as much as we would expect.
I have to assume that the Glaz pick is going to be either onto Red Tower or onto the north windows, and it's likely to get rid of those castle barricades quite quickly without leaving yourself exposed to a possible C4 getting tossed out if you're going to melee the window, or trying to bring breaching charges on the operator that's not necessarily going to be overly useful. So I think that's why we're going to be seeing the Slash on Glaz here.
Yeah, we could even see him rotate to that dorm window where Avian's drone is at to give himself an opportunity to try and pick off anyone crossing the hallway as well. So he does have a lot of utility on here because there's a lot of windows to play on. So, I mean, he could even go for have Habana open up the wall and armory and just try and Glaz down that hallway. So there are a lot of ways to do it, but so far Rogue hasn't shown a lot of coordination with that.
You're going to see a very quick entry into the small towers. They know it's all clear. This is looking like it's going to be a west end take into A. They aren't even bothering with the red tower. They are just full out going for a quick push in through the west entrance.
I imagine we'll see Eclipse trying to contest those white stairs as well, grenading any barbed wire there, trying to work his way as buck. We've seen him do a lot of floor destruction on here as well. Probably will be shooting up that floor quite a bit once he feels he's somewhat safe down here.
Rogue moving massively here as we already have Eclipse underneath of the main hallway, top floor.
He's going to start tearing up that floor pretty soon. He's just making sure it's safe first because he's got to make sure no one's actually coming to do something about it. And now he knows that that door is a lot more clear and he can actually push up on it more aggressively by doing that right there.
The one thing he does have to worry about is if there is going to be a roamer, because they haven't cleared out meeting hall, they haven't cleared out downstairs. If there is that roamer and Eclipse starts pushing up those west stairs, he could likely fall succumb to his own hole that he's opened up.
Yeah, he's got to be careful because there are definitely roamers over in the attic. There was in the meeting hall, but they rotated up to attic as well, so they're going to need to clear attic sometime soon, maybe work through those windows. And Eclipse is getting contested, at least with the shotgun.
Now, the fact that they have not actually, that 1nFamy has not tried to maintain control over kitchen, leaving themselves exposed from underneath, worries me because, as we said, Slash is likely to be on those windowsills of the north balcony, or north windows, and between moving around the defenders from below and having control of that window, it's not likely he's going to be able to stay in there nice and safe.
And they haven't been able to clear out this attic either, where a lot of them have been hiding, and that's a big problem for Avian, who actually gives himself away just a little bit, but no one's going to jump out and take advantage of it. You hear those Ying Candles go off as well. An attack is definitely imminent.
I like this from Rogue. We already have King George inside. He's going to pick up a kill on it easily. Neptune's as well falls to Slash, turns it into a 3-on-5, a 2-on-5, with Avian also picking up a frag. Avian's going to try to hop into the window here momentarily, but it looks like Ella from behind will go down. Brian and Eclipse each picking up a kill, and I think we just had one kill per person on Rogue to win a flawless round here for Rogue.
Now that was the Rogue we were expecting on Consulate. I mean, they don't have any experience playing Consulate publicly this season. So a situation where maybe just they were not prepared for Consulate at all. But then again, we saw them with a strong start like this on Consulate before kind of going downhill pretty fast after that. But they are going to try and defend dorms, which we just saw them attack. So hopefully they're going to be a bit better set up. This is, again, like you said, they didn't lose a single attacker on that. So that was the coordination you could see there so much better. And I like King George's push. Like you said, a 50-second plant is a lot less expected.
Yes.
But Eclipse had really set the ground for that by opening up the floor below and making sure King George had that entry he needed.
Well, I mean, here what we're seeing is, I felt just judging off of this first round, now there's still many more rounds to go, but judging off of this first round, it looked as though 1nFamy was setting up their defense similar to how we see most teams try to set up a defense. They try to hold on to red tower, they'll keep someone in maybe the middle dorms, possibly master bedrooms, inside of the kids' dorms. And Rogue said, okay, we know that's a typical standard defense. Let's create a strategy that doesn't involve taking red tower. And that's exactly what they did, and it worked out very well for them.
Yeah, and they definitely, they basically just contained the roamers at that point. And in doing so, they left themselves like the opportunity to just go plant and then defend it from there because that forced those roamers out. Now this is a map, though, I think where we can see Slash and Eclipse already working together over there. I think they're going to be a roam team on this map, and I think that's going to work in Rogue's defensive favor big time.
Yes.
Because assuming Slash plays it correctly, along with Eclipse kind of helping cover him, I think people are just going to get decimated by the roam team. I mean, we saw how strong roaming is on Oregon when Millennium just came back so hard on this map with that 3-man roam they were doing, and then I think between these two, that is going to be strong.
Now, easily, we did want to get his drone up into attic, but it hopped on over through the window and down through the drop hatch.
Avian playing up in that attic is something we have seen him do a lot as Bandit as well. We've seen a lot of great Bandit strategies by playing up an attic, where it's a situation where you can use batteries to keep yourself somewhat safe in there and force them to waste a lot of utility trying to get to you. So we'll see how long Avian can survive in there. Easily,
Apparently
though.
not too long. Easily
Wow.
picks up that frag inside of the attic. Nice job on his behalf, and that makes it a 5-4.
Yeah, just the right angle for that. And I think it was maybe a little too predictable that Avian was going to be in there because the battery's giving away his position. Slash, though, maybe giving away his position as well. A lot of pre-fires going out from him. It seems like he's getting a bit antsy.
Yeah, Vandal is just going to clear out showers, and as that happens, we will likely see Slash stay inside of dining trying to hold down Kitchen.
Now he's kind of trapping himself again, which is unfortunate. I mean, Kitchen is important to hold, but he might be getting in a position where they take West Lobby, and he doesn't have anywhere to go if they take the main lobby. It doesn't look like they have. So he's going to be able to get away. And there's Eclipse with a kill into Bexley as well.
Oh, the fact that they have not secured small tower allows Slash to go take it up, and I think Vandal might actually be thinking about it. He sees him, he takes him down, he's going to injure him and finish him off. Nice eye by Vandal.
Catching that jump out. Slash getting a little aggressive. Or no, he didn't go to jump out.
No, he didn't jump out, he was just seen on the stairwell there.
Nicely done.
But again, there's only 60 seconds remaining, and we do have man count in favor of 1nFamy. Neptune's going to be on the top roof as Eclipse on defense. Playing the Jaeger will be here inside of the site.
There's one of those mines going off. Unfortunately, Slash not there to do anything about it this time. Easily also bringing this Candelas here, much like King George did. But King George is still in place.
Here comes a C4 tossed out easily. Will dodge it in time. Both of these windows getting opened up. Now King George likely to become very aggressive here. He might hop out after the Candelas go flying. Will he do so? He does jump out, and he will be caught easily. Picks up another frag on the round. It's all hold to Eclipse. He tags one down from Armory, going to move on closer. Hold onto the tight corner. He moves in, and Vertical's there to take his head off. That's going to be 1nFamy now, securing round 2. It is 1-1.
That round was 100% 1nFamy, taking advantage of the predictability of Rogue. Knowing exactly what they're going to say, knowing that Avian was going to be hanging out in that one spot, finding the angle and taking advantage of the moment when he had. Knowing Slash was going to be a little aggressive over there on the West Lobby as they caught him playing out there and doing a lot of pre-firing. Taking advantage of even Eclipse pushing there at the end. Just predictability after predictability, knowing exactly what King George was going to do. Predicting the C4, predicting the jump out. Like, he didn't even try and jump in on his own Candelas. He just used them to bait King George to do exactly what you said, which is try for that jump out we see so often there.
I think 1nFamy and Rogue, both of these teams have done their homework. And I think it's going to be up to the team that can adapt mid-game the best is going to be the team that comes out on top.
And we see a similar attack lineup to what we saw for Dorms, but they actually changed bomb spots. So let's see if their predicting of Rogue works out in their favor. Just like you're saying, they adjusted to say, you know what, we see teams constantly do the same bomb site over and over and over, even when it doesn't work. The fact that they switched up on here, I think, was very smart, especially since that was an early flawless round, like we talked about. Maybe you don't want to start there again. You know, just let's change it up a little bit. Let's try something different. See which bomb site works out better for us. And Vandal actually going to be bringing out the Legion. Should be interesting. I think Legion is great when you're defending the downstairs because there's kind of 2 pinch points coming from the blue tower side, like a red tower and blue construction, and then also coming from the laundry stairwell as well as hatches. The ability to have predictable attack vectors there allows you to put those Legion mines down and then know when they're pushing from that side, even if they're just peeking it. So it is a great intel for him playing on site, assuming he's going to play on site and not kind of be that silly roam that we've seen not work with Legion.
Rogue very quickly moving in through the west end of the building. Looks as though we will have Beastly already damaged disastrously here by King George.
Doesn't look like he's going to rotate back to site for that reset either, but maybe he'll get a chance.
Now he is going back all the way to
There
B.
we go. Yep, there's that reset.
There's one goo trap. That's going to take 10 health off of King George and slow him down just for about 10 seconds. Not much more that he can't overcome.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the most effective use. Maybe it would have been a little bit better had Bexley been able to hold his site there. But but an interesting idea nonetheless. I still feel like they're a little bit more useful close to site for that slowdown during that last 30-second push.
Now I feel as though to get rid of this mirror window placement, all you could really do is use the Hibana charge on the single wall that Neptune's is right next to, facing Classroom. If you can just put one mirror charge on that, GG, that mirror window can now be opened up from the main lobby.
Absolutely, and then that puts a lot of crossfire pressure on. They're still definitely setting up here. So far, no one's died, but only minute 30 left. More than enough time for this to work, but they've got to start clearing everything out. That's why the grenades are starting to come down.
Yep, here's some smokes. We're probably going to see a Candela or two. And it looks as though Slash going to rush in forward as the Glass try to move up even more. Goes for one kill. Can he grab it? He gets one, but the gas grenade will kill King George. And there's a nice shotgun kill as Slash goes down as well. Easily picking up 2 kills, then gets traded down by Eclipse. It's going to be a 3-on-3, 60 seconds to go. Pre-fire comes out from Eclipse onto Vandal. Nice job there. That's 2 for him. He's going to move on over. Plant looks like it might go down inside of Laundry. Verticals come around from behind on the main stairs. Neptune's as well as above. And Brian trying to sweep on in from the kitchen. Still drawing the attention of Neptune's for the moment. Plant will go down inside of B as Eclipse is using that mirror window against the defenders. Wonderful pickup there. It's all up to Neptune's. Coming down from the back red tower. And here it is, a 3-on-1. C4 gets tossed on out. Will not kill its target. And Rogue will walk away with a nice victory here after round number 3.
That was a very aggressive glass push by Slash Hug. It almost worked. He didn't even get his intended target. Got the guy, poor Schlepp standing behind him, taking that bullet. And
poor Valkyrie.
Yeah. And then he tried to just engage it close. He almost needed to just start pre-firing into that smoke, just unload his clip and hope he tagged someone, because that was too close for comfort, and the shotgun made short work of him. But I liked what they did there, just pushing aggressively. That I feel like a lot ends up on Eclipse's shoulders here, as I mentioned earlier, and you really saw it again that round. His aggressive push in there as Buck cleaned things up for what Slash Hug wasn't able to do and made things work. That smoke kill was an unfortunate side effect there, as they did, obviously. I mean, you got to know that they're going to be throwing out counter smoke to your smoke. In a situation where I was surprised to see Slash not ready to try and shoot the throw.
Well, see, Slash knew, and this is almost everyone knows that the gas grenades, for the most part, get tossed far. They get tossed towards the laundry machine or towards the laundry basket, not necessarily in the dead center of the room. And so Slash took that extra 10, 15, 20 damage so that he could walk through the gas grenade, move up close, and try to get that kill. Like you said, he wasn't necessarily 100% prepared for that quick toss out, but in the same time, he did see it. He did get a shot off. He just decided to pick off the Valkyrie instead of the smoke.
Yeah, and it's important. I mean, we've seen so often, like, if you're just waiting and you throw your smoke out and then immediately look, a lot of times you're going to get smoke or mirror throwing out there. But in that case, like you said, I'll go aggressive instead, like I guess we would expect from Slash. Now, they didn't successfully defend this bomb site last time, so they're not going to change up their bomb sites. They're going to stick to the dorms, see if they can do it maybe a little bit better this time.
I mean, what I did really appreciate about that Rogue push is generally when you throw out your smokes, you throw out your Candelas, what happens is you have the diffuser planter go in forward, try to plant, whether that be in the middle of the
usually
room.
Hibana, too.
It's usually Hibana. This time, instead of putting themselves at a very great risk of having the diffuser drop in the middle of the site, they insisted on Slash going forward, being that guinea pig, and he picked up 1 kill and got traded down.
Interesting place here. You have the Mira playing upstairs here. Slash is actually playing more towards tower side. But unfortunately, easily is on top of it. I like what they're trying to do, but it just did not work, and that King George was not ready for that much pressure on him. Again, the coordination coming up from 1nFamy with those crossfires. Taking advantage of whatever intel that they have. And unfortunately, his shotgun plays with that little Mira shotgun did not work out for him. Had they worked out, that might have been worth it.
No, the King will fall off his throne this early on in the round.
That just gives him more time to IGL, so it'll be fine. He'll have a chance to call out whatever he needs to. Unfortunately, again, no Valkyrie, as they would rather have Slash on that Ella. He needs to stay alive a little bit longer this time. He's playing more towards Meeting Hall this time, and there it goes. Right as I say that, Neptune's takes his face off.
You just have to jinx in there. Neptune's going to try to pick off another kill there. He does as Eclipse gets over-aggressive, tries pushing up the red tower, and he will go down. It's all to Brian and Avian to try to salvage this round here for Rogue.
Not feeling it without Eclipse here. It is not a proper clutch for Rogue. They're definitely holding sight, though, at this point. But a minute left, more than enough time to do exactly what you just saw.
And Avian does get pushed out between the two windows. He's going to move on away, and Candela's go win, as well as Ying. She's going to try to repel in here momentarily, easily. Picks off 1 kill. That's his 2nd on the round. It's now going to be all up here to Brian in a 1-on-5 situation. If he clutches this, if he can, he will be magic. He starts it off with a 1 on the Neptunes, but Vertical is there to counter it, and 1nFamy wins round number 4 again. These rounds are going in favor of the attackers. It's 2-2.
Still not going the way I would expect for Rogue. 1nFamy have definitely really stepped up, and I feel like Rogue maybe have stepped down a little. This is, again, not necessarily the Rogue that we expect to see them playing very different roles, very different strats. These may be things that worked out for them in scrims, but maybe just aren't working out here. I mean, they managed to win against Most Wanted on this map, which was a very difficult win, and yet here they are struggling against 1nFamy, which aren't playing as strong. We are seeing them actually bring out the Echo that we saw Redeemers so famous for. I was going to say on this map, but I realized probably on every map. Probably the most notorious Echo player at this point. But Vandal's going to give it a try. They're going to try downstairs again. So we'll see if that'll work out for them this time. Didn't work out last time, but last time was a bit of a crazy push there. They're going to be a little more prepared for that this time. So I think it was smart for them to go Laundry yet again. I imagine it's pretty much the same attacker setup we're seeing from the attackers for both sites for the most part in terms of Rogue. But that Buck might not be as useful attacking downstairs as it was if he's trying to attack the dorms.
Yeah, no, I feel as though 1nFamy is going to be more prepared. I think that's one of the reasons why they are bringing the Echo. If you look at their defense between their top 4 defense and their bottom 4 defense, they did have more success, albeit they didn't win, but they did have more success down here in the basement. Yeah,
they definitely did. And I think, like I said, if they're a little more prepared for what happened last time, I think they could easily make it work. I mean, I liked what Neptunes tried to do at the end, coming around with that C4. Had the C4 kill worked, that would have put him in a good position, but whiffing it meant they knew exactly where he was coming from. And left in a bad spot. And that's one of those chances you just have to take sometimes because it could be that clutch C4 that you needed. They are definitely going to drone in and see what's going on here. They're taking west side control very quickly, which is what you'd expect, especially from Eclipse. He's got that down from his dorm attacks, especially taking down that hallway. King George just unloading that magazine on the wall. They're just going to destroy it, make sure that they can't peek him easily, and nicely done.
It's got some good wall opening capabilities there.
Yeah, he's making sure that they have good control, and then Eclipse going to do some droning to make sure as well. They're taking as much map control as they can, which is smart. They want to take control of the west side, then the meeting hall, then the tower, and then they're going to collapse down here onto site once they start opening everything up. So this is smart, and there's nothing to really stop them here. There's no roamers upstairs. If they could just maintain this map control, they're going to hold on to it pretty tight here.
The only roamer is vertical, but he's not doing anything to slow down the attackers. He's merely just trying to play that quote-unquote Caveira-like playstyle where you're just going to hide, wait for the last 30, 45 seconds, try to get a nice flank on, but that's not going to work if they're pushing and going to plant on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he realizes that he's going to be able to play off of it, but he's probably just going to hang out until the plant starts to come down and then come around for the flank. So hopefully that works out for him. Smokes are going to come out. Here's the big Candela, and that's unfortunate.
Very poor toss by King George, but it does bait out 1 gas grenade, baits out a 2nd.
I guess it did its job. Unfortunately, your teammate got flashed, but you know, it worked out okay. Try not to do that again. There's Bexley going down to Eclipse with those good grenade throws.
However, a refrag though, Avian falls to vertical. We're gonna have another gas grenade go out, another smoke in return, and this will allow King George to throw in a Candela, try to get a plant down. However, he is injured. Wonderful shot by the SMG-11 kill. Neptune's gonna pick up the frag, and a nice kill from Eclipse onto vertical. Eclipse gonna fall down through the hatch of meeting hall, try to move on over, likely to pre-fire the hole in the wall next to him. As Neptunes is going to be sitting right there. Vandal picks off Eclipse, and that makes it in a 2-on-3. Plank going to try to go down as Brian will sit on top of the laundry hatch with Slash, getting 1 more smoke grenade out. He picks off a cone to Neptunes, and now a 2-on-2. Will the frags come on out? Easily is going to be hard corner with a shotgun, and there's a nice kill by Vandal. Last man alive is going to be Brian, who gets taken down by Easily, and 1nFamy will show that they can have a defense round that is successful.
I don't know about the Slash in this glass. We're just, I mean, we're seeing him get a kill every time, but we're not seeing him get the important kills. We're not seeing him get the kills that are helping that diffuser get planted every time. You saw there, he just was, King George was doing a smart move. He went and took advantage of the confusion, threw in his Candela, covered himself, and then Glaz just wasn't there. He was looking the wrong direction. Slash wasn't on top of it, and I'm just not seeing it from him. We're not seeing the performance we expect from a Glaz player there, from some of the infamous Glaz players we've seen all season, it's not working. Again, these mismatches with the operators that they're choosing. I mean, Ella's working out okay for Slash, but I'm expecting him to be just getting 2-3 kills around with Ella because of how strong Ella already is combined with Slash. He should be just dominating here, and we're not seeing it.
I feel as though he should be, like you said, but what I'm hesitant to say this, but I don't know if Rogue is fully prepared to fight this style of Infinity.
No.
It seems as though they might have had their eyes already set beyond this match, and they haven't put as much time and effort as they should have. They haven't dedicated as much time. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe they have fully prepared for this map, and Infamy is just throwing out a brand new playbook that Rogue is having a tough time countering. But there are mistakes and opportunities that Rogue is missing, and they need to fix that if they want to come and win this match.
It just doesn't feel like they have adequately prepared because they haven't seemed to prepare how to adjust. Maybe in scrims these defenses were working every time, and so they never felt the pressure to adjust them. And we don't see any kind of dynamic play in terms of that until it's down to Eclipse to make the clutch. Now we are seeing him on Pulse, and that is something I think Eclipse is actually a pretty good Pulse player. So I'm expecting him again to be an important part of this and try and make this work. But I don't know, he's done a lot of good work as Jaeger as well, so hopefully this changeup works out for them. They are going to clear this tower pretty quickly. Not going to have King George hanging out up there or anything. Did not work out previously.
Yeah, now it's going to be an easy take over the red tower, and they're likely to push down from the back of that tower and push in towards the site from there.
Fortunately for Eclipse, the drones have no heartbeat, so not sure if he caught that drone before it caught him. Avian gonna catch that one, but now he's in that those predictable spots again. In that attic. There we go. Oh, there's one right behind it for the drone trade.
Oh, now we did have a couple pop shots that were coming from Eclipse through the wall, and I think easily managed to get into the window easily.
Now I like Slash helping him. This is where these two can work together to cover this meeting hall for a long time before they drop back to site, assuming they don't get killed first. Avian needs to not get caught here.
Avian will fall down into the meeting hall as the wall in facing Classroom gets opened up. Vertical holding right there, and Eclipse coming in with a massive headshot. That's going to take out the Ash. A 5-on-4, and Avian, again, massively hurt. He's going to fall all the way back down onto site. So is Eclipse, and easily un-ADS goes back to his hipfire just at the wrong time.
Now this is perfect here. They're rotating back to site exactly when they needed to. They fought long and hard over the meeting hall, just long enough to bring it down to the last minute with no kills on the board. For the attackers, this is a good position to be in. Unfortunately for Avian, though, gonna have to waste a little time getting back up. But I think this is going in favor of Rogue, besides just the man count, because they did their job and didn't die doing it.
Yeah, if you can hold off the defenders from taking over the majority of the map with 60 seconds, you're able to fall back without losing anyone. It's likely going to be a victory in your hands, and Infamy is going to struggle to try to get this to work. They took over the back hallway. They now moved on over to the main lobby, which is where they're likely going to try to make this push. Vandal has Diffuser. He's moving in towards meeting hall. Easily also going to walk from behind. Eclipse, first one to fall from Rogue. Beastly's now going to be inside of the meeting hall, looking at the drop hatches. 30 seconds to go. And we are going to see Slash. Looks like a possible shotgun in hand. No, that's going to be his 51-round magazine, and he'll pick up a kill on a Vandal. Candelas and smoke grenades going out, and on top of Laundry is where we are going to see Slash. This aggressive push-up. And it looks as though nice Candela goes out. Oh, and misses, but easily does move in, grabs a kill. He's got to move on over here with 7 seconds left to go. Tries to go for a plan and a 3-on-3. And Bandit goes down. Beastly picking up a kill. King George also down. Plan's going to go here, and Brian looking like he's going to be the last man alive in a 3-on-1. Beastly moving back on over to the main stairwell. Brian's got to come on forward. Neptune's hitting right behind the middle of the cabinet. There's a wonderful kill. Infamy now on match point, 4-2. This is match point, series point, going to San Paulo, Brazil point.
This is, I think, far more expected than what Most Wanted did earlier with those comebacks. This is just straight up, this is exactly what we saw last map, 4-2, and we know how that turned out. Infamy won at this point. This is the huge turning point here for Rogue.
This is history in the making in Rainbow Six Siege Pro League, because Rogue has never had this much trouble in a playoff or ever trying to get to LAN.
Yeah.
And this could be the first LAN that they do not get invited to.
Now I'm scared for Ents. If Rogue don't go, if Ents doesn't go, we're going to have a very interesting LAN.
This is the seasons of seasons, because there have been so many upsets, starting right off the get-go with Infamy. and Era.
And then Continuum finally coming back
Yes.
to land. So this is a shakeup.
This is a huge shakeup for the Pro League of Year 2.
I tell you what, though, if Rogue do manage to make it through this and they do go, I hope they spend the time between now and then doing a bit more practice here, because this is just not working out. You see Eclipse, again, doing all the heavy lifting for his team. Slash barely doing more than AV and Brian. King George, I'm not expecting a huge number from him there, but he's been having trouble as well.
Yeah, King George has been having a little bit of trouble, but again, like you had pointed out, his main priority is not to pick up frags. His main priority is to play play cautiously, not casually, but play cautiously. And gather as much information, take all the information that he's being told to formulate an effective plan.
And I would say in that sense, maybe he's also not doing his job this time, because we're just not seeing those plans being executed on quite well. Easily, though, had 9 kills on his team, even more so than Eclipse. So he's doing a fantastic job from his team. We've also seen some amazing plays by Neptunes and Bexley. Overall, 1nFamy is carrying their weight despite not everyone having top frags. I think they're all doing exactly what their job should be, and that's why it's 4-2 right now in their favor.
So what we're seeing here is Eclipse having his drone in the hallway by bathroom. Vertical will get spotted out, and he doesn't know it.
The tip of the gun.
Eclipse going to move in forward with a shotgun right here. Goes in for it. Oh, he's going to smack him across the face. Wonderful kill by Eclipse. That's going to start off the round here for Rogue, and they might be able to bring it back. And I say that,
wow.
a double. Let me repeat, a double. C4 kill by Neptunes. That's going to take out Slash and Avian. However, we will have easily fall by Eclipse. Candela's going out, same with Smokes. Plant's going to try to go down here inside of the kids' dorms, and there is no more C4 underneath, and we are likely going to see a plant go down.
Now they're going to have to play for the retake, and Eclipse is going to be the one to have to stop this, because I don't think King George and Brian are going to be up to the task. So if Eclipse slacks here, I see this falling apart very quickly, but at least Vandal goes down. But Brian takes a lot of damage in the process.
Neptune's going to have to be the first one moving in through here. He'll call out a couple of shots there. King George's going to move his head on over, and it won't get shot off. He's going to get a little bit of peak information. There goes some Ella mines, but a hard left is going to be someone. That's going to be Eclipse grabbing a double kill, forcing Rogue to continue trying to make this comeback happen. It's 4-3, still in favor of 1nFamy. One more round for 1nFamy, and we will see them secure that land spot.
At least a 3K for Eclipse that round. Again, all on him right there. And at least he's on that buck. That is definitely his strength. I think he's one of the best buck players in the league. And when he's on that, we're seeing it. Unfortunately for the rest of his team, that's not enough. And it is unfortunate because it's still match point. They still have to win one more round or they are out completely, and they go home with 3rd or 4th place for this season.
I mean, I know Rogue has a variety of strategies for nearly every bomb site on every map in their playbook. I feel as though Rogue needs to pull out a pocket strat that they are 100% guaranteed will work. Even if it's something they might have been trying to save for LAN or something in the mix, they need to make sure they win this round. Because if not, they go home.
This is what I was hoping to see in that. In terms of what I was talking about with Eclipse on Buck, we got Slash back on Valkyrie for once, finally. We've got Eclipse on Ella. This is the lineup that I think this round, finally, we can see the turning point where they go, you know what we were trying to do? We're almost ready to get shut out of LAN here. Maybe we should go back to what we know works. Like you said, having those extra strats, their pocket strat is, let's go back to what works.
It's going to be mildly humorous, though, if we've been talking to Slash on Valkyrie this whole time, and he gets picked off within the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, that would be... I shouldn't even mention Slash at this point. I'll curse him.
You'll just talk about Brian.
Yeah,
talk about Brian.
Brian's got this round on that smoke. He's going to be an excellent smoke player. He's going to get kill after kill. Eclipse with already double digits. And he's got one of the least deaths on his team besides Brian as well. Just decimating. Please, Eclipse, carry this to overtime at least.
I was asked earlier on today who I thought was going to win, and I said I don't know who's going to win, but I will say that I'm rooting for the underdog, just because when an underdog comes up, when the unexpected or the less favored team comes up and is able to put up a fight, let alone win, it makes for a tremendous matchup.
Oh, no. There it goes. Slash. Too aggressive. Taken out. RIP Rogue. Come on, Eclipse. You've got to bring this to overtime, or this is it for you guys. This has got to be so much pressure right now.
Now, the good thing is that even on defense, you can still win a 5-on-4. It's not that big of an issue, especially if the utility of that down player has already been taken out. but after the performance we've been seeing, they need all the manpower they can get. Vandal
Absolutely.
has gotten some information. He's going to move in towards Shower and then work his way over towards Kitchen after getting just a little bit more.
If they get Eclipse off the board here, this is going to be really, really difficult to save this for them. And Vandal's trying to help make sure that happens because he's doing a good job droning there because he doesn't see the drone because of the way the wall was opened. So they may know exactly right there to collapse on it. We'll see if Easily can pull off that same move that he pulled on King George last time, but I doubt it's going to work, especially with such low health. Maybe King George can take him out this time.
Now Eclipse is going to be seeing Vandal.
Bomb located by attackers.
Looks for a little shot here, and again, we're going to see Eclipse back on out of Kitchen just a little bit. Moves back over with a pre-fire. Vandal moving forward, throws a nade and grabs it. Eclipse goes down, and we have 50 seconds left to go. 2 members from Rogue off the board, and it is not looking good here for Rogue. Is this going to be their swan song? Another one down as Brian falls to Vandal. We're also going to have King George go down, and there's the final kill. Vertical will take out Avian. 1nFamy will remove Rogue for the first time in Pro League history. They will not be going to the LAN event.
I think if anyone tells you they saw this coming, they're probably lying.
Well, 24% of the people out there
Yeah.
saw this coming.
Those 24% people were just voting for the underdog, I think. I honestly am flabbergasted, to use that word. It's just, that was just phenomenal. I mean, a lot of that was down to, like I said, great teamwork from 1nFamy, great play. They were doing a great job. It wasn't all on Rogue not doing a great job, but I was not seeing the Rogue that I expected.
This is a huge victory for 1nFamy. Not only that they're going to LAN, but they took out the largest Titan out of the North American scene to do it.